Maybe this will work. It says I'm live. Okay. All right. Shut down. Restarted. Started a different stream. Maybe I lost everybody. I don't know. But I still got sacks of wheats to go through. You are Jello. Jello. I are Jello. Whoops. Yeah. We got piles of wheats to look at. And I got to get a couple of hundred of them done so we have enough for the next big show. Yeah. I didn't win the lottery. We got that storm up in South Carolina coming through, and it'll probably mess up internet service in the southeast U.S. for a few days. Wait for it. We have that to look forward to. Oh, what do you got here? Okay, we got to look at this. We got something going on here. See that big lunk of junk? Let's look at the color. You see a lamination or suspected lamination? Look for color. And I'm not seeing any change in color because a lamination is it's an alloy mix problem where it didn't quite, lay onto itself right. You have something that's making it screwy. So we take a look. Got her going again. Imagine that. Okay, and I want to see if that is damage, right, or if it's a lamination. Now, if it's damage, right, a scrape, a scratch across the surface, I'm expecting to see furrows, where something has plowed down the coin and raised up the metal on one side or both sides, just like a plow doing a field. Right? Sometimes you got to get right in. And this looks like a lamination because I'm not seeing any evidence of scratches or shiny metal or furrows. There you go. And you see how it kind of looks like your cuticle when it's dried up in the winter. And what you got there is a fold over where the piece of it is actually folded over. That's a pretty minor example. Nope, that's gone. I lost my stick. I'm going to turn that sideways. And let's get in there and touch that thing. Because that is a fold. And that's been squished on there for so long. That's not going to move. Let's try touching it. By touching the right place, you can see it changing the color. Or it just kind of moves. Yeah, that's a fold over lamination. And you take that and you can actually bend it back and cover this void on this side. Okay, well that's a better one. That's kind of neat. I've seen these, take a third of the coin. That's a decent example. Yeah, that's okay. That's a keeper. Yep. I keep all these. I had a fellow ask me recently, hey man, can you send me, one DDO, one DDR? I don't tend to sell those things. And it looks like a little more evidence of laminating here, but it's pretty tiny. Let's look at the back. See what we see here. And look for color. Color's good. And go real slow. Yeah, somebody said I got to slow down. Poking it with a wood. Yep, don't poke the bear. That's a scratch. The rest looks pretty good. Don't see anything on this side, but we got a decent fold over. Yeah, but I don't tend to sell these varieties and errors that I find. Okay, you ready? I've said it before. Repetition is the thing. You got to keep saying it. A die variety. It's a coin where the variety repeats on every coin because of the change in the design on the die. An error, such as this lamination, is unique. Right? It's not repetitive. No two are alike. It is specific to that particular one coin. Something went wrong during production. In this case, it was an issue with the metal that was used to produce the sheet from which the plancher was punched. And that's a unique thing. Some of these are dramatic as hell, and they'll draw a premium. They draw a real nice premium, some of them. You can pay, a couple of $100 for an error. And this one wouldn't bring much, really. A couple of bucks, perhaps. It's nice because of the fold over. Okay, we keep that one. And keep on going. Yeah, that might have been beyond the borders of good taste. What's that? 52D, the stationary style. Nothing going on here. Is there a little bump on the back of that D? Now we got to look. Frank has us all nuts about these 52 Ds. Yeah, but you got to have a 52 flying D, right? That looks pretty darn normal from this point. Eyeball. Eyeball's normal. Wait. Yeah, it's pretty normal. Excuse me. Nothing to see here, folks. Oh my gosh, I've lost which ones I searched. Oh man, I have to go. Later, everybody. Rock on. Take it easy, Malvado. I gotta get the focus back in. Thanks, Frank. Okay, there we go. 44. Normal 9. Can't see much on the eyeball because it's grungy as hell. Yep. See the little streaks of white and dark spots? Where's that piece of glove? All right. You get a lot of contaminants. It's the organic acids in your hand. Grease, grime, cheese puffs, right? Hamburgers. And I'm going to wipe one part of it just once with this. It's just a cotton glove. I'm just going to wipe it once. Just like that. And you can see the difference in what it, okay, maybe not a whole lot of difference. Let's try it over here in this other section. And it helps to, well, just remove that outer film, but don't wipe your coins more than once, because otherwise you're polishing it. Now, it's just a filthy coin. All right. That didn't do anything. Now, you can wipe them about one time. But after a couple, 3 wipes, even the cotton fibers is enough to start to wear that coin. Fish and plankton, sea greens, collagen, dead skin cells and proteins. It's in there, man. Everything that's ever been in anybody's hands ever is on these coins. And what do you see on that? You see an RPM. A little bit on the bottom of the D. I'm going to zoom in just a bit and try tilting it. Ooh, extra metal. Okay, sometimes the tilting helps and sometimes it just screws the pooch. You get extra metal under that D. So what I want to do with this is compare this with what is known over on Wexler and or copper coins, wherever else. Okay, stop moving it, will ya? Don't you hate that? They just keep wiggling it around. Let's look at it. It appears to be extra metal on the left side of that D. And I'm also trying to look at the serifs, the points on that. Have some more coffee. Doctor said I need to cut down 3 pots a day. All right. There might be a split in the upper serif. All right, let's wash my armrest. Okay, I can magnify this without using the scope, but I have to play with the image. I have to stretch out the image up here, and that's tough. Let's try right here. Okay, there. That's not too bad. Now on the bottom part of that D, right in there, right here, from there over to the crown of my round head, I have some extra metal. But right in there, which way is right? Right in there, I think I see a little line right there. So that goes in a flip. What the hell's my flips? Here's one. Ooh, it's dusty. Okay, I'm going to check that one later. RPM. Yep. Come on, have a look. Yes, I see it too. Yeah, that's a strong candidate for an RPM. So, yeah, we keep it. They're good for $1, right? It's when they get into the higher grades, you know, and they're shining and fancy and bright new, then they're good for, you know, $5, $10. A few of them are worth a little more. You usually don't get more than, 20, 30 bucks for an RPM, even a, more famous one. But on occasion you do if they're superior. Makta Flippenzy. There. Oh, that's it. Whip it. Whip it good. I'm going to set that aside because I collect the darn things. Yeah, people say, do you have any DDOs and RPMs? So I have an example. I ain't sharing. I tend to keep those. Okay, now I'm going to readjust the image again because I just screwed the pooch here. Yeah, I'm still way zoomed in. Okay, we're going to change this and shrink it back down. How many times did I do it? 2 or 3? Let's get it to a reasonable size. Boy, that's huge. That's the whole... All right, keep going. There, I can make it work with that. Is the A session of smoking, drinking, and cursing? If you like, feel free to curse amongst yourselves. Hey, at 3 o'clock in the morning, there aren't that many kids on, so I figure I can get away with it. Besides, it's legal. You know, this company has an addictive product. Yeah, it's legal. Nothing on that side. What's over here? No bugs. That's a nice round dot. That's a scratch beside the B. Now, there's no dot here. Nothing there to see. Okay, what do you got? 55. Yeah, fairly early die stage. A lot of these you get poor man's double die, which is a die deterioration, mostly noticeable on the second 5. Looks like a second and third. Ooh, look, we got a die clash. See that right under his cheek? That'll be the letters of what? 1 cent, O-N. I think that's an N. You'll find that right there under his head. That's a die clash. So I'm going to look for other signatures of a die clash. Sometimes you get a letter here, part of the E. There's one right there. And up here, sometimes you get an O. Somewhere around here. We'll tilt that, see if we can see something. That'll be of. Sometimes you get wheat ears. You'll see these long grooves up here, which would be the wheat ears. Okay, that's it. It's a fairly minor die clash. If you're going to find him, the most common place to find it is right under his neck. Now let's look at the back side. Just mark it 18 plus. All shows are 18 plus until forever. Okay, sometimes you're going to see these angles coming in. I'm not seeing it. I got to fix this again. Try now. Okay, you see these angles, these slopes come in right around here. This would be Lincoln's vest, and you'll see a little bump like inside the N, right inside here, or a little slope over here. And that's the reverse die clash. Sometimes you see a bit of a circular impression down here at the bottom. It's his head. Sometimes you see this doo-doo. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay, that's a clash. I'll keep that too. Boy, that's really dusty. Dropped it. Damn it. Where's my used pieces? I got all these used flips. I mean, they're not screwed up or nothing. I've just used them before. Yep. Because I put the new stuff in new flips when I send it to people. And if I'm out of little, god damn it. Oh, shit, what's up here? I'm getting low on little slips of paper. There's a million of them on here. Okay, clash. There we go. And if I run out, then I'll just use the new ones. I like to keep the new ones for, sending out. So I'll keep these around. Where'd it go? think that's it. Yep, that's it. Clash. There. I have an example with some clashing at the top somewhere. Oh, you'll get them. You'll get them. Another one I'm really hoping to find is the 88 with the RDB006. I got one around here somewhere. I think it's the D. Yep. Okay, but I take the varieties and I just stuff them in a box. And then when I get the box full, I'll break them up, put them together where they need to go. So we got a little room to go on that box. But I mean, there's quarters in here. There's this stuff in here shouldn't be in here. Okay, when it's full, I deal with the box. There. And we keep on going. 1945, regular on the 9, yes or no? Yes, regular. No eyeball, nothing on thrust. Liberty looks disfigured, but otherwise normal. Every year but 98, 99, 2000, 2001. Huh? 2001? If you can find a 2001 Wham, you got something. With all the new discoveries, would everyone recommend weighing everything up to the 90s? God, that would take forever. I don't usually hunt for those. There's a limit to what I can do. Right? I'm just one guy. Well, I look for the die varieties. I don't go for the. Oh, that's screwed up. I just ain't got time to hunt for copper 1983s or separate the zincs. That D wants attention. That 9 looks a little thick. That D has a bit of a lip right here, right where it wants to be. See this little point sticking out right there that just wiped off? Okay, never mind that. Okay, never mind. An 89D has been found, 3.1. Oh, the rage this week is everybody says, oh, I have a wheat penny stamped on a foreign planchet. That's all the rage this week. Okay. All right. Whatever, man. Somebody says I got one, and then there's 30 people get in line and say, I got one. No, I have one. I'm Spartacus. Okay, man. I have a super rare coin too. All right. And they just line up. Well, what makes you think it's a super rare coin? Because it looks like it. All right. Well, it has to weigh. It has to measure. Quantify your thing. Get the tools to quantify your thing. Have you weighed it? Weigh it? Huh? Why would I do that? No, I didn't weigh it because I don't want to damage it. Okay, man. Whatever floats your boat. But man, they get in line and just declare, I've got one too. All right. I did an experiment that said, look, here's a coin with Vickers hardness test. All right, and they got in line. They said, I have one too. I have one too. No, you don't. Oh, I do, really. Look, here it is. Looks just like yours. No, it's not a Vickers hardness test. How do you know? Because they're only done on India coins. Okay, well, they don't do the homework, but by God, they've got it. They've got it, by God. I got one of those too. That's filthy. I have Spanish silver. I have 1950D. Looks right up. JB just did a video of 89D copper. Very good. Dope. I have a Spanish fly. I have a Velcro fly. That S looks kind of thick. Do we need to give that attention? Zoom in and have a look. Okay, let's look around there. See what we got. It's okay. It just looks kind of squished. See how the U is also kind of squished, kind of flattened out, and the dot is pretty much circular. Yeah, something flat in the top of that U and S. All right, nothing to see here, folks. Return to your rooms. Here's a wheat ear. Wheat. They're bragging. Look, our people aren't starving. How arrogant. How arrogant to put food on your coins. Why do they do that? Because it's plated. Get it? It's plated on a steak. Women don't wear flies. We just pull down. I still wear pull-ups. 44D. Look straight up. I got my coin dragon underoos. He's over there saying, ha 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 ha. Yeah. Lemon says, I miss out on the horde. He sold it today. Damn. All right. Yeah, hordes are nice when you get the hordes, but like I say, it can take a long time to flip those things over. If you're not in position to hold on to a whole lot of coins for a long time, hordes don't do you any favors. Okay, what do we got? We got a 1957. I got a die chip in the B. I'm going to look real hard at that 7. It's not what I want to see. It's normal thickness on that 7. 1957 double die number 1 will have a die chip in the bottom half of the B. It'll have a very thick 7, and on the sides of the R, T, and Y on the left side of it, it's going to show just a whisper of doubling, and that's a double die. It's hard to see. It's easy to pick out the die markers of the wide 7 and the die chip in the B. But the die chip in the B is more of a diamond shape. And at this level of wear, dude, you ain't going to see it. So that's not. Here's a 7. And that's a normal thickness. I mean, it's a wide 7. It's like 1.5 inches wide. You're a big kid now, you darn right. Counterfeit. He called to tell me I went without the call. Sorry, man. Do you need a hug or something? Yeah, Lemon had a whole bunch of BU rolls a guy had. Just this massive volume of BU rolls. Yeah, you can move them, but it takes a while to move that many. You know, thousands? Yeah, it takes a while to move that many. And I find if I don't open up and look at a BU roll, then it's junk. Every single time. Gosh. Don't I hate, you know, you buy a BU roll, open it up, and it's frigged. It's all splotchy. It got wet. Maggots got to it. It's got cooties or something, or they're all rusted to hell or whatever. They all got these black spots on them. Nothing I can do with that. All right, this wants attention. Okay, no more attention needed. I'm looking at the letters, especially the U. Let's look at that top one right there. How the bottom of the U is a bit thicker. Well, you got those, what is it, class 6s, right, where they hub the die, put it back in to anneal, bring it back out, hub it again, but the die has not returned to its regular shape, its regular size, because of the heat expansion. And you get this stretching kind of thing, such as you find on the bottom of that U, in the bottom of the B, and then middle of the R, and the L. Okay, I'm going to have to, this is possible. I'm going to have to hold that out. Okay, where's them flips gone? 1912 S Brown. See, I keep the old ones and give out new ones when I pack this stuff up. I think this I got from somebody else. Was that a cat hair? Maybe I got it from Paula. Oh well, I still have my tool bags. Just as good. Okay, I'm gonna look at that one another time. I'll stick a little piece of paper in there, and I'll write DDR, D and a question mark. There. DDR? Huh? Because that's a candidate, I think. Looks like my writing. That was your 12S that you sent in for the big show a few weeks ago. Yeah, see, I put in a nice new one. I keep the old filthy ones for whatever's floating around here. Man, there's a lot of stuff floating around here. Feeding my ravenous feline. Wow! That's a loud cat. Alright, find it, find it. There it is. Anything yet? 1941. How's it colored? Uniform. Too bad. Liberty looks good. Come up here and take a look. 1941, you want to really take a look at the armpits in trust. I mean, really take a look. You get a lot of doubled dies that show up with a pup, a pickup point in trust, especially around the T. All right, you see that bit on the left of the S? Looks like a horn. That's die deterioration. See on the R? Looks like a horn. Die deterioration. And a lot of people see that and say, oh, look, it's a double die. No, it ain't. Oh, it is. It looks like two. It ain't. But you can't tell them sometimes. 1940, this is a normal looking penny otherwise. What's wrong with his nose? Something hit it. Alright, look at the back. I want him, but I hate to make Frank cry. I would feel no grief there. I'd give him one of these. I got your cat. I got your cat. My cat ran away. I ain't seen him in months, it seems. I don't know, weeks at least. Well, he was wild and free before, so I guess he's wild and free now. Really, I think a hawk liberated him. Now he's really free. Well, we get that. One day I drove home. I'm coming up the driveway, right, and I see a hawk take off with a chicken in his legs. Oh, Christ. I ain't got time to take a shot at him. Get some grime on this one. How's the color? Regular. Well, that's the way it goes out here. We get a lot of hawks. We had a fox. I think I might have clipped him. I might have nicked him. He spun. I fired. He spun. So maybe. What do you got going on here? Why does that 9 look so awkward on the left side? Now on the right side of that 4, you got some die deterioration. Let's have a look at some of these letters and see if we have horns. There you go. See the T has horns. That's die deterioration. T has horns. A U has horns. They all got horns. The I has horns. It's not going up. It's going away from the center. So I got this 9. Remember, die deterioration can affect the leading edge as well as the trailing edge. Man, what do we got on that 9? The trailing edge of the 4, I got horns. The leading edge of the 9, I would suspect, the easy answer is die deterioration. How's the thickness of the higher points of that 9? Looks pretty consistent. So is it extra metal? Is it wear? What's the height of that stuff? That wants to be looked at under a... Here, I'll just stick it in here so I can look at a couple of things all at once. There. We'll look at that one later. Mod. B. Arthur was the worst part of the 70s. 1945. And we'll look at the tail of that 9. Looks pretty typical. 1945, the 5 could be a great pickup point for double dies. It'd be wide and thick. Not like this one, which is normal and regular and stuff. Okay, nothing there. Now, die deterioration started, you started seeing it after the 40s. You got a booming economy, everybody's back from the war, they're having kids. I mean, there ain't no stopping them, dude. There ain't no stopping them. They've been in the trenches over there fighting the Kaiser. They come back, and after World War II, they were breeding. What do you see? So anyway, you had a strong economy. Have we seen this one before? See that big splotch? Looks like an eraser hit it. But the O is oblong, right? The 9 is uneven from that direction to from one side to the other. That one wants to be looked at. Well, anyway, they're making more because of this, you know, the big baby boom and the economic boom of the 40s and then the 50s. You had so many more pennies being produced, so many more coins being produced. Well, they ran the dies longer because really it kind of picked up quick. You know, they got them babies, they got them thalidomide babies and all that stuff. They're just breeding. Dude, it was a breeding frenzy. And the economy was good. They're all spending their money on baby carriages and shit. Okay, a strong economy, you need more coins. You need more coins, you gotta make more coins. You're making more coins, you're wearing those dies out. This one didn't have a chance, I got filthy. And you're getting this die deterioration starting to show up, you know, in the mid 40s. That's pitted. You don't get it so much in the earlier dates. You'll have worn dies, especially in the 20s, where they, you know, they wore the reverse dies right to the bejesus. But now you're producing 1 billion coins. In 1956, there you go, it's 41. You're making 1 billion coins. Color's good on that. I have the stretch marks to prove it. Yep, Cindy made a lot of coins. Yep, so you get die deterioration on the women as well as on the coins. But you'll see this all over the place. You see this, the way the letters kind of flow in. And there's a different speed of the flow of the metal when it has to go into the device and then back out of the device. And it's not like it flows far. I mean, the metal is flowing from here, from this point, is flowing to here. That's, I mean, just this. That's a toothpick. That's how far it's flowing. It's not much. But it's a lot of pressure and it's metal on metal. And you get this wear. Okay. And a lot of times, because the way the metal goes into the grooves and out, over here, where it doesn't go into the groove and out because it's right at the edge, that's where you have a different force coming in and it leaves these little horns. 1951D. Oh man, why can't I have what Rob got? We found a 51D over S the other day in the same sack that these came out of. Well, it wasn't my batch. This is my batch. That was Eagle Eye's batch. And that's the first D over S I found. They are few and far between. Yep, goes from the center towards the rim. That's the direction of flow. But sometimes it can get in, you know, get into the device, and then it's got to go out somehow, and it'll go in several directions. Nickels are like that. Nothing there. Ooh, that one's shinier. Let's look at that one. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's a 46. What's that? What is that? Right there's a doo-doo. Is it raised? Is it discolored? I guess some kind of a browner area here. I don't think there's anything. So it's an example of how the You know, the minting process has changed over time because of the changes in society. You know, before the war, it's Depression years. After the war, it's been straight up ever since. And they went from making, you know, a couple of 100 million coins to a billion, billion and a half, 2 billion. They made what, 20 billion coins in 2000? No, in 82. That's a lot of pennies, man. Like 4 dump trucks full. 1946D. That's a die chip in the upper loop of the 9. I suspect. Let's get in. So many varieties. Oh, there's thousands, literally thousands of varieties just for the wheats. Maybe not a die chip. Maybe a die chip. I'd have to look at with that under a loop. I can't see nothing from here. Possibly die chip. The rest of it looks pretty normal. A little soft on the edge of that 6, the trailing edge. Eyeball looks good. That looks good. Where's the 40? Where's the Liberty? Where are you? Normal. That 9 looks a little odd. I think I'll segregate that and have another look at it. There we go. Yep, when in doubt, hold it. Don't cost you, what's it? You know, it's a penny. Maybe a nickel. It don't cost nothing. And if you get to it, great. If you don't get to it, well, it's still worth a penny. 53D. Unfocusable. No, yeah. That's got it. Stay. Looks typical. Where's the bugs? How come we got no bugs? If you're not looking for bugs, you get a million of them. $1941. How's the color? Even color. 9 looks squished. Hard to tell anything else. Grade is, what would you grade that? Hard to say on this scale. You got to back it off some, but it's got a big splotch on it. Well, not a big splotch, but a big enough splotch. Let's look at this here. That's XF on this one. Dots look even. Nothing there. I love it. No swoops. That 9 looks plump. That's why I saved it aside. I must be a nerd. I find this fascinating. Hopefully you learned something from it. And we're not just looking for dates. Because we got a whole sack of dates. I got 5,000 of them. They're all in their 40s and 50s. So now we take the next step and hunt down die varieties. And you find some here and there. What I find mesmerizing is the entire coining process, from copper strip to minted coin. I had a book. It was Alan Herbert's Price Guide to Mint Errors, 6th edition. If you can get a hold of that book, I recommend it. It's probably the best book out there for explaining the minting process and the errors that result from the minting process and what sort of things can go wrong. Because, you know, you got a round, flat piece of metal in a machine. How many things can go wrong? And you always get people say, is that a different R? Well, they're not typeset, dear. No, I think that's an extra R. Well, they're not type. It says TRUSTR. No, they're not. They didn't add a letter. No, what you got there is chewing gum. Yeah, some decent shape on that one. Cool, I'll look for it. Yeah, if you can get it for less than $10, you're doing good. They tend to go pretty well. Alan Herbert is the author, and it's the 6th edition Price Guide to Mint Errors. What was this? I forgot. 1950D. Got some lint on it. I like seeing dragons in the clouds. Dude, stop sniffing whatever it is you're sniffing. You go like this, you see 4 hands moving across in front of you. I won! What'd you win? I won! You want a free dragon. Where are you? 1950D. Eyeballs good. Oh, screwed up. Nobody's good. Trails, man. Trails. This one's discolored. We got some splotchiness on this. Let's see if we can get the color on there. Oh! One more. Nope, I guess not. Okay, let's see if we can pick it up here. Discolorations, right? Light and dark spots. A lot of times, the biggest reason for that is it got wet. Well, they got those fountains all over the place. And you got a whole lot of coins get thrown into those fountains. They sit there for a while. And it can change the color pretty easily. 46D. That's a little too squished to tell. I might be able to see anything on that. What's that one? A 1940. Lots of 40s in this batch. Haven't been high for 10 years or so. Well, what's stopping you? I know a guy. We'll get you set up. Pluribus looks good. That's a decent 1940. Alright, this one looks kind of rim-racked. Okay, that's kind of rim-racked. That's too bad. That'd be a really valuable variety if it wasn't for those. This one has great glossiness. Okay, that's why it's a 57. Get some crud on it. Oh, that's too bad. The reverse looked real good sitting on the table. Yeah, I think it's got grease or something on it. New York at least has medical ganja. Great shape on this. Too bad the other side's screwed up. Any bugs? Nothing. Bugs in the ganja. Yeah, that's kind of messed up too. It's kind of warbled. I got a couple more left, and I think we'll call it here. Because we're pushing 4:08 a.m. 54D. Normal looking D. Normal looking 9. Nothing in his throat. Eyeballs normal. Trust is normal. He's probably XF. Liberty is right and tight. It's upside down. No bugs. Ibis looks good. No bugs on this side. 54 is a good year for bugs in the wheat. Nothing there. Wow, just pulled a 60D, large date, and it's not an RPM. Well, you got that one? Dude, it's worth something. 1941D, and that 9 gives me pause. That's a wider tail on the 9, so I'm going to look and see if that's flattened, or if that's something else. Good looking D, but that tail looks a little thicker than it should. And there's a lot of dyed varieties in 41s. This isn't doing me any favors. Nothing there. Okay, there. That's enough for today. Yep. We got a couple. We got an RPM. We got a really possible, a highly probable double dye. We got a couple of decent lambs. We got the fold over lamination. So we found some stuff. I got a few of them that are, suspect. I just have to give them more attention. Those are what I call picks. You just pick them out. Maybe you don't identify them fully right now, but you get to it. That's the idea. Meanwhile, I got sacks and sacks and sacks of these picks. Take a gander of those pics I posted when you have a minute. I sure will. Ken's got stuff. Get it off of me. Not stuff. Not possible. Never mind, I have hydrocodone for pain. You take 5 hydrocodone, right? Get some gin, right? Put a little vermouth in there, stir it up. Instead of the olives, you put in hydrocodone. And it's good for what ails you. It'll fix your head up. You'll be feeling groovy in no time. Okay, keep your eye out for the Flying D. We'll have to do a video just on the Flying D. I think I have a couple of them around here somewhere. Yeah, they're cool as hell. Okay, guys. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Look, if you're near that storm, get under cover. You know, get some water. I'm going up to do some looting this weekend up in the Carolinas. You guys want TVs or anything? Just give me a list. Let me know what you're looking for. I'm going to take a couple of jugs of gasoline, probably a couple of cases of water, some MREs, blow up mattress, a blow up doll, and a change of underwear. I'll make a weekend of it. It'll be fun. You need a size 163 socks. I'll put it on my list. I'll keep an eye out for you. Alrighty. How about anybody for big screen TVs? Anybody? Lawnmowers? What? All kinds of stuff up there. We'll get them. Hey, I'll keep it posted. I'll let you know what I find. We'll see you guys later. Stay groovy.